Hey everyone, it suddenly occurred to me that I hadn't done an ASMR look through the last batch of DVDs that I hold. So we'll do that today, and in a second I will turn the camera around. We can have a closer look at the latest purchases. I'm sure there was another one, but I don't know where I've put it. But if you haven't seen ASMR videos before, they are basically for relaxation purposes, so I will be speaking more softly than normal, and there will probably be some random ramblings, and I will take the collar off of the cat so you can no longer hear that jangly bell, and this video will be longer than my usual videos. So I actually found the other one that I thought should have made them up to 5, and I'd put it elsewhere because I'd actually seen it. And the first film here is Bereavement, and I have to say I actually love the red spine. Don't know if anybody else does, but I love DVD cases that have different coloured cases. I know when Lego Movie released their different editions, you could get them in different colours, and it was just so exciting. But yes, Bereavement is rightly so an 18. As you can tell, it's a very gory film, and it's about this little boy who you can just see here, who cannot feel. He cannot feel physical pain. So this guy kidnaps him at the beginning of the film and locks him away in this house. I don't know if there isn't really a picture of it. And then he captures all these other victims and basically brutally murders them in different ways and tortures them and makes them feel pain. And I think the reason for this is that he's punishing people, although he is being controlled by some weird horned creature. But I think the reason is that he's making people feel this pain because they are privileged enough to be able to feel physical pain. So he's making other people suffer and kind of making them feel the pain because he can't. It wasn't perfect, but if you're in the mood for something cheap and cheesy, and you, like me, like a lot of gore, then I definitely recommend it. And that's of course 50p from CEX. This next one I haven't yet seen, and this is Notes on a Scandal, which is Kate Blanchett film and Judi Dench, but I bought it for Kate Blanchett. And we also have Bill Nighy, and I haven't seen this yet. Excuse me, the cat's just, don't know what the cat's doing. She's rubbing herself up against a rug, but the rug is against a door, so the door is banging, so I do apologise. Yes, as far as I'm aware, it's about a kind of love-obsessive relationship between two teachers, Judi Dench and Kate Blanchett, and then something to do with Bill Nighy. As I said, I've not actually seen it yet, so I'm not 100% certain how accurate my little plot synopsis is there. But obviously Bill Nighy is fantastic, Judi Dench is fantastic, and Kate Blanchett is beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to watching that. And again, 50p from CEX, one really cannot go wrong. This next film is Taming Andrew, and I have seen this, and in a way it's kind of like Room, in the sense that it's about a boy who has had quite a tragic upbringing, and then he has to try and get used to being in a normal life. But it's actually about a boy who was kidnapped by his own father, and then several years later he's reunited with his mother, and it's all about trying to find out what happened to him. That aspect of it was a little bit disappointing. It wasn't dark enough. I think it had the potential to be a really dark, gritty tale, but we don't find out what happened to him until I think literally the last couple of minutes before the credits start rolling. And I mean, that moment when it's revealed, when we do find out what happened to him, it is a nice moment, you know, it's sentimental, we can feel the emotions, it feels quite raw and genuine. But I think they should have told us that a little bit early on and then worked on that. They should have, not to sound like I want to see this kind of menacing thing, but they should have had flashback footage of that. I think that would have been quite interesting and made it just a little bit more harrowing and hard to handle as a viewer. Because obviously it's about a child who, something horrific happened to him. Of course I can't tell you what it is, but if they'd used visual aids it would have made it all the more emotionally hitting. But apart from that, I mean, it was interesting enough, and the fact that it's based on a true story obviously makes it that little bit more emotional. And again, 50p. I love picking up these really cheap DVDs from CEX because you just never know what you're going to get. This one, when I hauled this, it kind of had mixed reception. Some people said I'd love it, some people said it wasn't that good. There's the skeleton key, and it's about this girl who goes to look after this man. She lives in this house and she finds this room which has all of these kind of weird ritual things and all of these mirrors that are coming up, and there seems to be quite a demonic presence, but it's a little bit different to what I expected. It wasn't really, I thought it was going to be a horror, but it was more of a thriller. But I felt like it was an undeveloped thriller, but it had the visual beauty of a horror, so it was a little bit mixed there, and I don't really know how I feel about it. I mean, I think it concluded quite shockingly because there is a twist about some of the characters that I thought was really, really fascinating, and I really liked that. So there wasn't really anything wrong with it. I just think for me personally it wasn't what I was expecting from this film, therefore it wasn't what I was in the mood to watch. So I would watch it again. I think it's something I could get more out of the more I watched it. And it was definitely interesting, and I would recommend it if you're into this kind of thing. And the last one is Bless the Child, which I haven't seen yet. It's Kim basing her film though, which is getting me quite excited. And it looks, I mean, that just looks stunning, that cover art. And the back just looks... And we have little Christina Ricci. Well, I say little, I don't know how old she would have been in this. When was this? I don't know. At a glance I can't see when the date was. I'm trying to find the cover. Oh, 2001. So, yeah, not that long ago, 15 years. But it just looks so dark and menacing. So yeah, obviously I can't say anything else about that because I don't really know. It just says, omens and concepts of good versus evil have no place in Maggie O'Connor's well-ordered practical universe. Her life revolves around her job as a nurse at a busy New York hospital. That is, until her wayward kid sister, Jenna, shows up on her doorstep and saddles Maggie with an autistic newborn child, Cody. Cody quickly becomes the daughter she has always longed for, but 6 years later, Jenna suddenly re-enters her life and with her mysterious new husband, Eric Stark, abducts Cody. Maggie discovers that the child possesses extraordinary powers that forces of evil have waited centuries to control. Together with an FBI specialist in occult-related crimes, Maggie races to save the life of the innocent girl who may hold the keys to save mankind or destroy it. Personally, I think that sounds very exciting. You can see the wall hanging. But yes, that looks really looking for. Yes, I think I'll watch that tonight actually because I haven't seen it. So there are three that I have seen that I thought were very good. I'll see those two. As always, if you have any suggestions for films you think I should check out, please, please, please let me know. Thank you for watching this, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.